Hello, and welcome to a brand new podcast called Whisker Wednesdays. I am your host, the best podcast host in the universe, Steve Cully. I would like to thank our sponsors at Procyon Partners. They are one of the top 50 fastest growing companies in the nation. They specialize in employee benefits, wealth management, and retirement planning. President Sean Rabinowitz is a proud supporter of Husky Talk, and there's going to be a Tesla in my driveway any day now. We also have Green Street Trust International out of West Palm Beach, Florida, owned and operated by Rennell Jump. They will save you money or get you a big fat return on your taxes because they specialize in tax plans for small businesses, and nonprofit organizations. To schedule your free strategic tax planning session today, go to www.greenstreettrust.com. Pete Finch and the Finch Law Firm. They are located in Bridgeport, Connecticut. If you have suffered any type of personal injury, a slip and fall, a construction beam fell on you at a site, your mother-in-law tried to run you over with her car, the Finch firm is for you. Pete has gone to war in the state of Connecticut for 8 years. He is not afraid of any insurance company. He will get you every dollar you deserve in compensation. And you can go to his website, thefinchfirm.com, and receive a free consultation. He will talk about your case. He will talk about your options. Dynamic Human Performance is in Hartford, Connecticut, run by legendary running back Andre Dixon. Andre trains boys and girls of all ages, of all sports, all day long. He will get you better. He is introducing a new athletic development program where you pick your sport of choice, and Andre will train you from the ground up, develop you, help you to reach your potential so you can be at your best. Andre has sent boys and girls, again, of all sports, to colleges on scholarships all over the country. So if you want a chance at that and you want to be the best you can possibly be, go to dynamichumanperformance.com. We also finally have Julius Williams, who runs the Trench Mob in Decatur, Georgia. Julius played at UConn and played in the NFL. He was a defensive lineman. He trained some of the best offensive and defensive linemen I have ever seen in high school. They compete in camps and competitions, tournaments all over the country. Currently, they are 3-0 in their first 3 tournaments. They have players that blow my mind, and I can't believe that they are at the high school level. They're just outstanding. Julius does a phenomenal job with them. He has kids on scholarship at schools like Florida State, Miami, Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, Clemson. So if you want your kid to be the best they can be, if you want your kid to have a chance at a Division I scholarship, all you have to do is go to battleofthetrenches.com, sign up, work with Julius, and he will get you there. He will get you there. And finally, the lady of the hour, we are very lucky and blessed to have the executive director of Anita's Swan Humane Society, Trisha Barone. Trisha,
Hi,
hello.
Steve. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me here today.
Oh, you know what, Trisha? It was fate that brought us together when we just happened to meet in the green room at Bill Keeler's first news show. And we got into conversation. And I am a deep animal lover. And you obviously run the shelter, and I purchased my last dog at Swan and absolutely love him, except his name. But I love my dog.
What is his name?
His name is Archie. I despise the name Archie, and I tried to change it. And I remember when I adopted him, because he's a pit bull. He's an American Bulldog pit mix.
Sure.
And I adopted him. And they said his name was Archie. We're bringing Archie out. So I said, I can't have a dog named Archie. I said, I got to change his name. They said, well, that's not really going to happen. I go, what do you mean that's not going to happen? I'm like, well, he knows his name. He's been here a while. He knows his name. It's going to be very difficult to change, and I don't think it's going to happen. I said, well, I'm going to find something. I am not calling this dog Archie. 2 weeks, Trisha. 2 weeks. I tried treats. I tried chicken. I think I even cooked up steak, ground beef, whatever. He would not respond to anything. He only responded to Archie. So Archie apparently loves his name. He loves his name, Archie. So I was blessed to have Archie. My previous dog, I also got it, Steven Swan. His name was Nico, and he passed in 2021. And of course, being me, I waited about 3 days and went out and adopted another dog.
Yep, that happens.
I couldn't take being home alone, so I went and I got Archie. And I wanted a younger dog. Nico was a pit, and I was lucky. He lived to be 12, 13 years old, so we were blessed with him. And I just wanted to get another dog immediately. It just feels empty without them.
Yeah.
So you have been the executive director. You have said there's been some turnover, and you have been there how many years now?
I've been here since January.
January. You said 2 months. I remember you said that a couple months. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yes. But I could just tell by talking with you, your passion and enthusiasm for the animals and for the job, that you're in this for the long haul. And
absolutely,
you are doing some exciting things, making some changes. You're doing more fundraising, bringing money in, and it's really a breath of fresh air. Coming into a new position like this, where did you previously work, out of curiosity?
Yeah, so I was actually at Utica University for 18 years.
That's right. You told me that. That's right.
Yeah. So, this position was so perfect for me because I always say that I'm not a master of one, but I'm a master or a multi, we wear a lot of different hats. And, for this position, you really needed to have the fundraising experience, the operations experience, knowing how to run an organization, and event planning, and really knowing the community around.
Yes,
I mean, I'm so blessed that we have such a supportive community here, and I've been a part of it for so long. I mean, I was just positioned so well to really seamlessly move into this position, and we are killing it right now.
You are. Yes.
We are killing it. And I just had a great meeting. It's top secret right now, but I'm so excited because I have so many ideas and fresh ideas.
I know you do.
And
which they need. They desperately need.
Yeah. And I think there's a couple of events that I want to pull off this fall that has never been done. Has never
You're
been
already planning into the fall.
Oh my goodness. You should see
amazing.
my calendar of events with all of
I saw a part of it. I saw a part of it. I couldn't believe it.
It's grown
you had
in the last
one,
couple of weeks.
I think, do you have an event this weekend?
Yeah. So, okay.
Yes.
We've got lots of events coming up. So let me just touch on those really, really quickly.
Yes.
Okay, so
we'll go into those.
First and foremost, tonight we have a great event at the Nexus Center. So it's called.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the hockey game.
The hockey game. So it's called.
Bill's going to it.
Yep. So we're Pucks for Paws. And tonight's game is the Comets versus Syracuse Crunch. And what we will be doing tonight is we actually have a couple of sections right in the Nexus Center where you can literally bring your dogs to the game. So they're dog-friendly sections. And it's just $10 to bring in your dog. If you go online, the registration is right there to be able to do that. And tonight, not only will we be able to have that with the dogs, and I did ask the comments to play some fun songs too, to kind of mix it up during intermission and scores and all of that fun stuff. But, we're going to have baskets to raffle, really good baskets to raffle tonight. I got a Comets basket that will be raffled off, and also a Utica University hockey basket. Of course, they just went to the Frozen Four.
Yes, they
So
did.
I had to hit up Gary Heenan for a basket, and
absolutely.
Got a nice signed jersey from the team and really cool other items to go with the basket. And we'll have a few other things. And I'm actually picking up merch tonight before the event. So we're actually going to start selling merch. So that is really, really exciting. We're going to be doing a volunteer pop-up tonight. We have, of course, we'll have a few dogs there right on site. So you can adopt right there on
leave
site
with one, right?
At the Nexus Center, which is just amazing. So I think this is a really good opportunity too for folks that are actually bringing their dogs to the event. When you adopt an animal, you want to do a meet and greet with your current animals.
Absolutely.
So this is actually a really perfect way where if you have an animal there already tonight, they can do a meet and greet there to see how that dynamic is. Or if you don't have an animal and you want to bring an animal to this section and start spending quality time and bonding with your animal, adoptions are right there and they're available. And I will be doing the puck drop tonight. I've never done that before.
You're doing the puck drop?
Yes, I'm not really sure what. All I know is, I wore flats today. I don't really know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
so
just wear the flats. You'll be okay.
Figure that out. And my husband, Eddie Barone, everybody knows my husband, Eddie Barone, from the community. He works at First Source and he's.
Yes. Oh, that's why he looked at my LinkedIn page. Okay.
Oh, yeah, but there you go. And so my husband, he is a true sport and he is so supportive. And I actually have him in costume tonight as being Peppermint Poodle with a skirt. And so he can twirl around and really engage the kids and engage people to come on over and check us out. So that is tonight. Pucks for Paws, 7:00 tonight. Comets versus Crunch. Be there or be square.
Yes, and they draw very well. So I think you'll definitely get a great turnout for that.
Absolutely. And I know that you've worked with Bailey before.
Bailey, yes, absolutely. Bailey, unfortunately, it's embarrassing to say, my dog Archie goes to doggy daycare every day.
Yes, and I love that. So I feel like I know Bailey from talking to you, and Bailey's going to be there tonight too. So another really cool thing is that there's going to be other vendors there selling other animal goods or services or whatever, and they are donating a certain percentage of proceeds back to Anita, Steve, and Swan, which is amazing. And I can't wait to get to know Bailey on a completely different level through you.
She's so sweet. Yeah, I think I sent the podcast I did with her to you.
Yeah.
Bailey is so sweet. They do a great job. Her and her partner Danny are incredible. They do boarding. They do the doggy daycare. Danny or Bailey picks all the dogs up on the bus, the dogs that need rides.
I love
that. And it's just Archie's favorite part of the day. He gets up at 5:00 in the morning and he does his laps around the house. And by 8:00, he is waiting by the door. And if Bailey or Danny are not here on time, he gets grumpy.
Oh, listen.
He wants to go with his friends.
So my dog is the same way, but with her greenie in the morning. So she eats the mint greenies, to help her clean her teeth.
Right.
And, makes her breath a little bit fresher. So she knows her routine. And she gets up early in the morning and she will just sit there and stare at us while we're sleeping. It doesn't matter. She wants her greenie. And so, I mean, she's not a barker. I mean, she is a big barker, but not at the times that we want her to be a barker. And so it's like, she will just stand and we can feel her staring at us while we're sleeping. And she literally wakes us up. She's got that superpower. I don't know what it is, but I totally, totally get it. But animals they get in their routine. They're just like kids.
They are. Mm-hmm. So for adoption purposes, how are adoptions going right now?
Yeah, so adoptions are going okay. It fluctuates day to day. You don't ever know what you're going to get.
Okay.
You really don't know what you're going to get. right now is kitten season. So right now
Yes.
we
You
are
mentioned
very,
that.
very mindful of a lot of, kittens coming in. And, we have had quite a few surrenders lately too. And, but we are moving them in and out, in and out, in and out. We do have probably 7 dogs that are really long-term residents that we are doing everything that we possibly can to get them out the door.
They are adoptable.
They are adoptable, but
Okay.
they do need a little work, so we do have an animal
Of, of
behavior.
of
Yeah,
course they do.
we have an animal behaviorist on site.
You have the best.
Yeah,
Yes.
and she is really working with these dogs. But as we know, the longer animals are in the shelter, the more
Yeah.
nervous they get, more anxiety they may produce. They may start having physical ailments. They're stressed out.
Yeah.
So
It's very, very tough.
yeah, so we're trying to do everything that we can do to get them fostered. That's a big program, our foster volunteer program.
Yes.
We're getting this program off the ground, because if we
You
can
mentioned
get
that. Yeah.
these animals into foster homes and just to get them out of the shelter setting, that is just so much better for everybody involved. And that has really become our number one priority these days. So we just hired a foster and volunteer coordinator a couple of weeks ago, and this is his task. So he's got, his marketing plan and his metrics, and he's killing it. And I am literally going to be taking him out in the community and introducing him to a lot of folks, because he's got all of the experience in the world. He worked at SPCA in Tulsa, Oklahoma for over 5 years. And he's amazing. The one thing he doesn't know is our community, but that's where I can help. So I am there, and I'm going to be bringing him out and connecting him. So primarily he's been in the shelter, really learning our processes and, helping us with our SOPs and, and learning everything. But he has already been out dropping off flyers to different organizations. And in fact, I know that we're going to be doing this podcast every week, and
Yes.
I will be having him on so that
Oh,
he
that's
can
great.
talk about the volunteer program. Just kind of 2 different sides to it. We got a volunteer and then a foster volunteer, and they both just do very different things. So I will have him on and talk about all of the good things that we have going on and some of those initiatives as well. And he's going to kill it. He's so perfect for the position. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see where we are 6 months from now,
So you're still actively accepting volunteers. People who want to volunteer can get involved.
Absolutely. So we have the tiniest budget in the world. We've got a $2.1 million budget. That budget covers everything. All nonprofits. We know that in this area we are completely saturated with nonprofits. And the way nonprofits make it work is by having a robust volunteer program. It's the only way you can do it. You need to have all hands on deck. So that's really what we are looking for. What makes the Humane Society so different than other nonprofits is that we are in the animal business and not the people business. So in other words, we don't have federal funding available. We don't have.
Oh, you can't get grants or anything?
It's very, very slim. Very slim. So, and it's like when we can get a grant, it's going to come from the national ASPCA or something along those lines, but it is not the same as the people business. So it makes our job so much harder, and then raising funds so much harder, and hence why it's so critical to have a robust volunteer program to really get us through all of this. And my main job here is I wear many, many hats.
Well, I know you fundraise.
Yeah. I have to ensure that, we are financially stable in this organization, and we haven't been. We have not been in the years past. And so, they hired me, and I've made all these promises, and I feel like I am coming through on my promises, but it's just because I'm so excited, because I know all the things that we can be doing, we should be doing. And I just have the ideas are endless. They're just endless.
I know. You can't get them out fast
Trisha Barones to help.
You need to clone yourself. Yeah, we just got to clone you. Yeah,
I do. I'm actually going to be talking to a university here. They don't know it yet, but I'm going to be talking to them about a potential internship program.
Yes, they would do that.
Exactly. And
the
just
kids would love that.
Hang out with me, really, be my sidekick and learn how to run a nonprofit. You're
Yeah,
you're
that's
going to get the
huge.
firsthand experience of, and then maybe I can get a little help and I can,
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. Can you get people to help solicit and go and get donations,
well,
or at least get you appointments?
yeah, absolutely. So being a door opener is huge. It is
Okay.
absolutely huge. And so I do rely on my board and some of my other contacts in the community just to open that door for me. Not
Okay.
everybody is a fundraiser.
No.
But in the same aspect, so for example, this weekend we've got a ginormous event coming up on Sunday. We've got another event. It's at Nothing Fancy. It's from 2 to 5 p.m.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, it
That's
is
what
with
the nurse
Donna.
was mentioning about.
That's right. So it's with Screaming Nurse. And Donna Ray has been the most
Donna.
fantastic superstar volunteer. And so she has really planned most of this event. And there's going to be a whole bunch of vendors on site. There is going to be 3 different bands playing. We're going to have a ton of baskets, free chair massages. There's going to be things for the kids to do. There's going to be some characters coming in costume. It's really a wonderful event that is really tapped into all age groups. And we will be there. So in this circumstance, I am supporting her efforts. So she really planned it. I've helped with just, very minimum, and I'm supporting her in her efforts. So I'm trying to help her with the marketing. I'm going there with my pop-up we will have a few adoptable dogs at that event as well. So people can adopt them there. And it'll be the same sort of thing where I'll be selling merch and we can have volunteer pop-ups and educate people. And with the band, again, my husband, he will also be there as Peppermint Poodle. Rock it out to the band. And I'm like, let's just engage the people and let's engage the kids, and you can dance around and
make it fun. Yeah.
It's and make it fun. I want this to be a really fun event. And so in this circumstance, it's a volunteer doing the work and I'm supporting their efforts, which is wonderful. That's
great.
Where we want to go.
Being reciprocal and giving back. Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's like so grateful that we have people that actually they care. They really truly are so supportive of our mission in every single capacity. And I feel like everybody's got a story. Animals touch so many people's lives. And she's just been an amazing partner in crime. And we just did 3 radio interviews together between last week and at the beginning of this week. She's just amazing. And I just had this meeting with somebody else and had no idea she knew who this person was. And I'm trying to work with this person on another initiative, a fall event. And he's just like, oh yeah, by the way, I know Donna Ray. She says hello. And I said, you got to be kidding me. This is wonderful. So it's what's been so exciting about being here is that it's like all of these people are connected in some way. And
we are. Yeah.
It's just been amazing. It's just been an amazing experience. And, it's one of those things where I've always tried to find, I very much believe in universal stuff, and things, the law of attraction and what you put out comes back.
Yes.
Yes. And like being in that flow. And I feel like I'm in that flow, how things are just presenting themselves to me. I'm making
they're coming to you. Yeah.
Yes. And it's like coming full circle back with all of these opportunities. And I have never experienced this in my life. And
it's because you're putting out that energy. You're putting it all out. And now it's coming back to you finally. Yeah. I wanted to ask, do you have a link or a page on your website where people can donate?
Absolutely. So if you go right to our website at anitas-sshs.org, right there, you can donate. Everything, all donations matter, small, big, at all amounts. I'm not sure if I mentioned it earlier, but 85 cents of every dollar we raise goes towards our operations. And we have, thousands of animals that we work with every single year. And this all goes directly to funding the animals, to our operations. We have the tiniest staff in the world. So not even a lot goes towards, staff and, and fringe. It's literally, 24/7 care. I mean, we have live animals here. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's a holiday, it doesn't matter if it's a weekend. We have live animals here. It is a 7-day-a-week operation. And so we need to feed them, provide adequate shelter, enrich them, and help them with their medical care. And the list goes on and on and on and on and on. And now I'm starting all of these programs and these new programs, and these things will help those programs, which will only benefit the animals more. So it's all just like feeds into each other. And it's like trying to get people engaged with our organization. A lot of people are volunteers. If I can get some volunteers, maybe I can work them through, and maybe in 5 years they'll be a donor. I've been going out to schools a lot, elementary schools and middle schools, because
that's huge.
in my mind, these are our future leaders. These are our future volunteers, our future donors. And so in June, we are actually going to be announcing, well, not even announcing, but really implementing, launching a program called Reading Pages and Paws. And the First Source is a sponsor of this program. And what it is that you've got 12-year-olds and under that can come in before the shelter even opens to the public to read to animals. So I'm going out to the schools and I'm letting people know. Yeah, so it helps them with their reading skills. It helps build their confidence. We've got, a library right here of books. You can bring your own book in. And this is from, before it opens to the public, we've got slots that are available, and you have to sign up online. And then they're reading to the animals, and then it brings the stress level down with the animals. I mean, it just benefits everybody. And the person I was just talking to, it's like I could totally see, the veterans tapping into this program eventually and really growing this program and evolving it. And even this summer, it hasn't even been launched yet. And we're getting such engagement and excitement. I've already talked to my staff about, once it's launched, especially during summer break, we're going to have to open this up to maybe a few days a week before the shelter opens, because I think it's going to blow up,
I do too. Yeah.
We have been taking our time to really pilot the program, really work out any kinks that there may be. And I'm so happy we're taking our time, because we're figuring it out. And we all want it to be perfect once it's launched in June. So more to come with that, but we will be doing a ribbon cutting here in June, and probably some sort of party. And we'll probably have, some, news here. And so that'd be really, really fun. And First Source has been such a tremendous community partner. I cannot even thank them enough.
Because I wanted to say what we can do the next time, under your name, we can put the link where people can donate.
Yes.
So people who watch the podcast, they can just click and donate.
That
helps out very well.
That is fantastic. I also wanted to mention just a couple of other events coming up, because I am in event overload at this point. But I'm working on so many different events, and they're all happening together. So it's kind of like shifting my. Well,
it's good. You got them almost every weekend, which is what we need.
It is. It's insane. So on April 30th. On April 30th, we are having our final telethon, our last and final telethon. This takes place from 12 to 8 p.m. This will be at the Community Foundation, like super great community partners, and they've been a great venue partner for this. WKTV will be airing it the whole day. And our goal for this event is a $100,000 fundraiser. But my own personal goal, I want to go out with a bang. Honestly, my personal goal is to raise $115,000 to $120,000 for this.
Oh, I think you'll get that.
And I think we are on our way. Master Vito Hyundai they're our presenting sponsor.
Frank's the best. Yeah.
Oh, Frank's the best, and Colleen, they're the best. So they are joining us once again for this event, and all on-air proceeds will be matched by the StaffWorks Fund. So I really think we have the potential of making 115 to 120 on this event. And I mean, how amazing would that be? I mean, more money by far than we have ever raised. And for this to be the last year. So this is our 19th year doing it. Damn COVID. It could have been our 20th. But COVID screwed everything up. I really wanted this to be our 20th, year, but you can only do so much, but we are killing it. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about and just really touch on is we are having another campaign coming up in May. So it's from May to November, and it's our fall big raffle. So this is something that we have to work with New York State Gaming Commission on. And
Correct.
we did this big raffle last year, and so we're going to be doing it again this year, but we're going to even be selling more tickets. So last year we sold 3,000 tickets. That was our goal. We sold them all. This year it's going to be 3,500 tickets. And with those, with these prizes, we have 4 prizes totaling $117,500 that people in our area could possibly win. So that is going to be a ginormous 6-month endeavor as well. So we are so excited. And Master Vito, they are our presenting sponsor for that as well. And we've just, everything has just been so wonderful. And today for Pucks for Paws, Staffworks Fund is matching all on air or all proceeds at the event. So we just have some really awesome community partners where we can double the money, 2 times the money.
Yes.
Trying to work with matches. And I'm so excited because there are so many things happening, and it's
all going to help the animals.
It's all going to help the animals. And like my big thing is that these animals do not have a voice. They're the most vulnerable. They're the most vulnerable, and they have no voice. And all I want to do is just be that voice for these animals. And our shelter team is incredible. I mean, I'm out here and I'm talking to everybody, but they're really doing all the work. They're doing all the hard work, and it's a very emotionally taxing job and physically. I mean,
it is.
And it's just, we have really good days and we celebrate those successes, and then we have some not so good days, and it's sad. They're sad days, and so it's always just trying to keep that positivity and celebrate those successes as much as you possibly can. And I mean, I would not be able to do any of this work if it wasn't for my team. They are awesome. My board is awesome, the most engaged board. And I swear,
yes,
our community is so supportive. I'm so grateful, honestly, from the bottom of my heart. I'm so grateful and touched that so many people want to help and support us. And, it takes a village, and I would not be able to do any of this without the support of all of those I just mentioned.
Yes. But I think that a huge part of it has been you being named executive director, the passion, the energy, the enthusiasm, and then, the brilliant mind you have to put all this together, between the fundraising events, between getting sponsors, between, getting boots on the ground and just going in to see people. I mean, you're doing the work and you're the one that's making the difference. And I think that you're bringing everyone together. I mean, we do have a close-knit community, but they wouldn't be coming together for Anita, Steve, and Swan without you. And I could tell that just from our brief meeting at Keeler that, you are the right person for the job. You're at the right place. You're making a difference. We're already seeing it. I think the event tonight's going to be incredible. Yes. I'm excited for the event on the 30th. I think that's going to be so much fun.
It's huge.
And yeah, it's going to be huge.
And for the 30th, for the telethon, we're actually, the telethon, telethons are very, old school. We're doing a modern day twist on it this year. And so we'll have our Venmo code right up on the TV for
so you have the Venmo. Okay, so we can do that.
Yeah, so that way, I mean, I know that my kids, I've got teenage kids.
I know, and I worked
higher ed for 18 years, and I know the different, the generations like to, engage in different ways, and I know the younger generations, they don't want to pick up the
so we can do that.
But so they can scan it right from the TV screen.
That's easy. We'll do that. We'll do that too. We'll do the Venmo. But yeah, this is going to be huge for you. What I'll do, we'll put this podcast up. It'll be on all the social media sites. I'll send it to you. You can put it up on your website. And what I'm also going to do, I'm going to cut it up into reels and clips that are like 60 seconds to a minute and a half long. And you can show some of the best clips that you want as well.
I love it.
I think you did amazing for your first episode. You did amazing. I can't wait to meet more of your personnel. I can't wait to meet Dr. Julie. Yeah. I can't wait to see some of the other animals. Yeah. And I think this is going to be just a hit of a podcast.
Oh,
I'm glad that we were able to make it happen.
I am
So
just like everything lining up the way it has, Steve. It's like this cannot all be a coincidence, honestly. I mean,
no, it's
we're
not.
in
It's
the
like you said,
flow.
it's the law of attraction.
Yeah. Yeah. I love
100% the law of attraction.
it. Yeah.
So this has been Whisker Wednesdays, our brand new podcast with Stephen Swan, Humane Society Executive Director Trisha Barone. Thank you so much for being with us, and you will see us every Wednesday at noon. And I'm Steve Cully, the best podcast host in the universe. Remember, when life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Take 2 oranges and throw them back at life.